Hi guys, welcome back. It's Tracy with TR's Tarot Talk 1111. I am here to do the Monday's new series, What is Coming in the Next 7 Days. Now, I'm going to show you guys something. You see this? I don't know if you can see it with the computer camera, but we got dumped on about 3 feet of snow. And so I was not able to make this video and upload it on Monday because we were having a blizzard and my internet was flickering on and off all day. So we're a day late, but we're here. Okay, so today's pick a pile is what do you expect, or what can you expect in the next 7 days? And it is the new series. I'm going to try to do it every Monday, God willing, and the snow don't rise, right? So for announcements, if you'd like to book a personal reading, everything you need is in the description box below. If you'd like to join our Patreon, which is also a day late on videos, you can also subscribe down in the link below. Tonight, I'm going live to do a collaboration, God willing, right? If the weather doesn't screw it up. We're going live with Julene again from Jove's Astros. Oh, she's going to get mad at me. I will link it in the description box below. I think it's Jove's Soul Star Astrology, maybe. I don't know. I will link it, I promise. But anyhow, we're going live tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you would like to join us, I'm going to be doing a channeled message. We're going to be doing a healing and release ceremony for the full moon in Cancer. And Julene is going to talk about what's going on in the astrology, which seems to be a lot. So if you're interested, come and join us, okay? So I'm going to bring you down to your reading. This is a pick a pile reading. Pile number 1, if you chose this beautiful heart with wings, it's honey calcite. Pile number 2 is the owl, labradorite owl. And pile number 3 is this beautiful, I like to call it cupcake quartz, but I really don't know what it is. It's just clear quartz in the shape of a cupcake. All right, so we are going to move these off to the side, and we're going to start on pile number 1. If you guys are new to the channel, please, if you like this, go ahead and subscribe, hit the wiggly bell so you never miss a notification, and welcome to the Love Tribe. If you're a returning customer or client or just viewer, I love you guys with all my heart. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have a mission. So thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so let's see what's going on for pile number 1 in the next 7 days. So first sign out is nature's signs. Isn't that funny? Because nature is really hitting us here. Be receptive to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We need only open our hearts and minds. So nature right now is telling me a lot. Like it's time to stay inside. All right. What's next? Ooh, abundance. There you go, pile number 1. Says, I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Yes, we can. Let me see. I wanted you guys to be able to kind of see without obstruction. So funny story, just real quickly. I bought a brand new phone to do phone video recording, and it does the same thing as the other phone that they told me it wouldn't do. It records like an hour-and-a-half video, but breaks it up into 30-minute intervals. And so it's going back to the store as soon as the weather's nice, and I'm going to get an iPhone, finally. All right, your third card is number 5, energy, and it says fear. So I do see in the next 7 days, you might have some fear around money issues. Possibly, you know, if you live in the area that's really been hit, there's so many places right now We have Tonga was hit by a tsunami, and it's affecting a lot of the coastal areas around that ocean, which I don't remember what ocean that is because I'm not big on geography, but prayers for those guys because they're going through a lot right now. And then there's a lot going on in nature in the mid to northwest of the states. You know, we got hit with a blizzard literally got dumped on anywhere from 18 to 36 inches overnight, like in one night. So, and I'm sure there are lots of other places where there is phenomenon happening in nature. So it could be that it's affecting you guys in a way that is making you fearful around finances. We'll have to see. Next, we have You Are Adored. Says, don't be fooled by the players and don't be fooled by yourself. There's no one more lovable nor loved than you. And I know everyone. Love precious the universe. Okay. You are adored. All right, your tarot is 5 of Spring. So you've got some changes coming. We got 2 5s now. So 5 of Spring, opposing goals arising from different opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or others, overly ambitious people. So this is the 5 of Wands. There could be some competition. Yours seems to be focused around finances, I think, with the abundance here. So there could be some conflict at work. There's some, oh, look at how beautiful. So a dove, not a white dove, but a gray dove just landed right outside my window, looking right at me. I have a little bush like right outside the window. I think it's a sumac, not poison sumac, but a sumac bush. And I get so many visitors from nature. So nature signs, maybe you guys are seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities. You know, if you've been seeing a lot of birds or animals or, you know, depending on where you are in the world. I know in the summertime, I see an awful lot of butterflies. And synchronistically, like just when something's going wrong or I need guidance of some sort. And then in the wintertime for me, it seems to be birds, all kinds of birds. I get bluebirds, cardinals and wild canaries. I also get hawks. Oh my God, I've been seeing so many hawks lately. So nature signs and 5 of Spring. So there's something here that you're nervous about. And it could be competition when it comes to finances. It could be you're struggling at this time financially. And so it could be internal struggles, right? Because 5s are all about fear of change. If there's something that's wanting to change for you and you've been guided, like nature signs makes me think of synchronicities that the universe is sending you toward making some kind of a definitive change in your life, because 5s are change. And you've been resisting, maybe because, you know, there's a fear of lack, because it does say you are adored. Don't be fooled by the players and don't be fooled by yourself. 5 of Wands could be players. You could have people who are gossiping about you or talking about you or just wanting to be argumentative or hard to get along with. It's not a romantic reading, but if you're having trouble in romance, if there's, you know, some kind of conflict going on between you and somebody that is, you know, not treating you the way you're supposed to, because abundance can be self-worth too. It doesn't have to be financial gain. Abundance is around things of value. And Spirit seems to be saying that you are highly adored and valuable. So take it as it resonates. It's just a short little weekly reading. Your next tarot card is Awakening. Ooh, the Hangman. Change the way you're looking at the situation. Embrace your uniqueness. A temporary pause in action. Again, it seems to be focusing around your thoughts about you, right? whether or not you're worthy, whether or not you're going to be chosen, whether or not your needs are going to be met. You know, maybe you're struggling financially and you don't know, you know, if you're going to be able to pay the car payment or the rent payment or, you know, any payment. The hangman could be delays, which are causing this fear and anxiety and inner conflict. And then we have the Seven of Autumn, more delays. So yeah, it does feel to me like something is being held back from you. Just remember that rejection sometimes is God's greatest protection. So being a general reading and having lots of people watching this is going to vary from person to person. But I'm really kind of getting this energy here around something being held back. Impatience. It says, have patience and don't worry, right? Fear. Take time to rest and plan your next steps. A prudent investment of time or money. And you know what's funny is I usually pick pile number ones when I'm watching other people's pick a piles. And so for me, how this would play in my situation is I'm a bit of an overachiever. I like to be reliable. And living out here in the sticks has really tested me, highly tested me in patience. I think the last two and a half years for me has been a huge lesson in patience. Patience in my twin flame journey, patience in myself, patience in the universe, because like I have a schedule I want to keep and the internet's so spotty way out here in the country that I can't, you know, and I've thought about moving, but I really love where I'm at. Like it ticks every box except for the internet. So I was stressed, guys, super stressed yesterday because my sister's heat went out because they had a burst water pipe and it flooded 3 of their rooms in their home. And so their heat and their water was off during a blizzard. My sister is very sick, so I brought her to my house and she's staying with me while she gets well. And if it's COVID, hopefully I'm immune because I just had it. So there's a lot going on. And I just wasn't able to fulfill my promise to you guys, which bugged me. It was all about patience. Like Spirit was saying, tomorrow's a new day, just be patient. And I didn't want to, because I do, as a single mom, worry about finances. I worry if I don't keep creating content that nobody's going to, you know, hire a private reading from me, which is how I make my living. It's how we pay the bills here. I worry about whether or not I'm going to lose viewers because I'm not consistent. So think about what's going on in your own personal life right now. That's just a little peek into what's going on in mine, but what's going on in yours that you might be feeling like external circumstances, nature, like the universe, like things beyond your control, might be actually delaying something that has to do with your finances or your sense of self-worth. Even it doesn't have to be money, and it's part of your awakening. It's part of a spiritual journey is what it looks like, that things are wanting to change for you. And a lot of that change, I think, is happening on the inside, created by external circumstances where you feel like things just aren't moving. And remember, now this is a timeless pick-a-pile. So if you're watching this, you know, at a different time than January 2022, then don't worry about this. But for those of you that are watching this when I upload it, we have Venus in retrograde and we have Mercury in retrograde. And so retrogrades are all about things not moving forward in a timely manner. You know, there's miscommunications, there's all kinds of things that can go wrong electronically. People misunderstand you. You can have people from your past coming back out of nowhere for like some kind of a closure or a reevaluation. So it looks to me like you could be stuck in the retrograde energies where something you've been wanting or needing is being withheld from you. And it is part of a journey where you just need time to reflect. You need time to rest and plan your next steps. Hangman, change the way you're looking at your situation. Instead of me looking at it like negatively, I had to find a way to look at it positively. Like, my sister is safe. She's at my house where I've been caring for her and cooking for her. And she's not that bad. It's a pretty mild, either flu bug or virus. But still, I mean, she has no water. She has no heat. So what a blessing that I have all of those. My electricity could have went out during the blizzard. My water could have went out. Heat could have went out, but it didn't. It's like Spirit provided her with a safe haven. So look at the upside to your situation. Where could you see a blessing instead of a curse in what's going on? And try to see it from new eyes, right? And any opposing energies that are just kind of holding you back, trust that the universe has a plan for you. And don't try not to be in fear, but be in faith, right? They both start with F, just change the next couple of letters. Instead of fear, make it faith. Next, you have to be fair. So there might be something in all of this that is actually a benefit for you. It's a number 38, breaks down to master number 11. And so there's a balancing happening. It could be a balancing in your energy because of the awakening card, which is also the Hanged Man, spiritual enlightenment. This could be karma, good karma, bad karma, depending on how it is, but it's fair. The universe is saying that you are not a victim. You are adored. You are loved. And what is happening is not happening to you. It's happening for you. And it's the best thing for you. So try to have a little faith. Be patient. Go within. See things through rose-colored glasses instead of the negative nilly. And just know that you are divinely loved. And you are always abundantly cared for. Even if it doesn't feel like it. Okay? Because there are times when it doesn't. And yet, when you look at your situation versus people over in Tonga that just lost everything, and a lot of lives too, a lot of family and friends and businesses, our blessings are great. Huge blessings compared to some people. So try to look at things through different eyes with that Hanged Man. So I'm going to get you a letter from Spirit as advice, and then we're going to move on to pile number 2. So we have, dear you. Well, let me hold this up so you guys can screenshot it if you want to. We have, dear you. Oh my, things are stirred up and change is upon you. See, you got those 5s. This is cause for celebration. No need to be nervous. But know that it's okay to be afraid when faced with life's uncertainties. The funny thing is that courage doesn't get mustered in the absence of fear, rather in spite of it, or even because of it. Step into the unknown now. Let go of the branch you're clinging to, and let Spirit take the wheel and help steer you to your highest good and most wonderful adventure. And I'm hearing that song, Jesus, take the wheel, take it from my hand, and lead me down this road I'm on. All right, so let Spirit take the wheel and help steer you to your highest good and most wonderful adventure. All you need to concern yourself with is choosing courage as your ally. Leave the rest up to us. There's a load of miracles being shipped your way. Remember that philosopher Joseph Campbell said, take 1 step toward the gods and they will take 10 steps towards you. We're all doing the destiny cha-cha on your behalf. That's right. Don't be afraid to dance. Loving you always. And see, I want to reiterate this one. It says, you are adored. Don't be fooled by the players. And don't be fooled by yourself. There's no one more lovable nor loved than you. And I know everyone. Precious. They're calling you precious. The universe. So this is going to balance out some kind of scales for you. If this is a situation where you feel like you've been victimized or somebody's taken advantage of you, or if it's in love and romance and you're feeling like they don't see your worth, they're not showing up for you, perhaps this is financial. It has to do with your work. Maybe you got laid off or you're sick and unable to go to work. There's something that is happening on a spiritual level for you, that all of these obstacles are placed in your path as a means to teach you something karmically. And that lesson is going to actually bring you more abundance, bring you better than what you imagined. So try to let go of the outcome. And instead of seeing what you want, ask for what you want to come in any shape or form. You can say, like for me, when I'm doing twin flame, manifestation, I'm like, I want my twin flame or better, or I want my highest, or I want my, well, really, there isn't a lot. I'm so blessed right now. Like, even despite all the negative stuff going on, I'm very blessed abundantly. All of our needs are met. So just try to look at the glass half full. What do you have that you can be grateful for? Do you have a roof over your head? Do you have food in your tummy? Is your family well? If they're not well, then look at all the areas that are well. Try to focus on the better things and not the negative things, because this seems to be part of an awakening for you that is teaching you how to get out of your comfort zone, how to be a better manifester, and how to be patient and allow the outcome to unfold for your greatest good in a fair manner instead of the way you might actually be asking for it. So also when I manifest, I say, everything I desire flows to me effortlessly through pathways known and unknown, seen and unseen. And I am grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so that way you're leaving the door open for spirit to decide the best way for you to get the manifestation you're asking for, instead of us limiting it, because sometimes our beliefs are tainted by a limited belief system, and spirit sees something much better for us. All right, so this has been your reading, pile number 1. Thank you so much for coming, and you're welcome to pick another pile if you like. And if this is where we part, I love you. If you'd like to book a personal reading, everything you need is in the description box. If you'd like to join us over on Patreon, that also is in the description box. And hopefully I will see you tonight. Joe Soul Star Astrology. There you go. See, my memory isn't good. Julene will be joining us tonight for a collaboration. So tune in, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, let's see. Where are we on the time clock? 23:16. One of these days, I'm going to learn how to do these in a much faster manner. 23:29 now. Okay. All right, pile number 2. Welcome to TR's Tarot Talk. If you pick this gorgeous little owl, which, by the way, has flash down here right about where his belly button is, and in one eye, when the light hits him a certain way, he's so cute. It's like when the sun hits him, he's got a glint in his eye and a fire in his belly. So that might have significance for you. Do you feel like you got a glint in your eye and a fire in your belly? Sorry, I needed a drink. So let's take a look at the week ahead for you, 7 days out. Actually, till next Monday, because we're a day late. So your first card out is Solitude. It reads, think of being alone as meaning you are all one and in total harmony with everything. The greatest treasures are those that wait silently during your personal quiet times. So if you're feeling lonely and kind of secluded or cut off by other people right now, A lot of times I think of that as like the hermit energy. Sometimes it's spiritual in nature. We need that time alone to reflect or to grow or to see things or hear things that we normally can't see or hear when there's a lot of activity or bustle or movement in our life. So if you've been put in a place of quiet solitude, maybe even against your will, I think, that you could best use that to your advantage in the next week by, meditating or doing what you can to kind of go within instead of worrying or stressing on the outside. It does seem like retrograde energy is hitting our piles, right? Because pile number 1 was feeling stagnant and held back from something. And so you guys are also being asked to not look at being alone as being lonely, but as being all one, like going within and connecting to your higher self and to the universe, right? In order to kind of discover something that you need to discover. We'll take a look and see what that could be. Ooh, forgiveness. There's a big one, guys. So this is shadow work. You guys need to do some shadow work during the next 7 days. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Solitude. Think of being alone. So you guys could be broken up from somebody. It could be romantic in nature. It could be anything, really, because I'm doing a general reading. It could be somebody who lost their spouse or lives alone, wants to be with other people, and yet their life is currently kind of alone. Sometimes it is because there's something within us that needs to be released or forgiven. It could be, maybe you had your heart broken by a loved one and you haven't really released that anger or resentment. And remember, this can flip-flop too. So it could be that somebody you love is angry at you and they're not talking to you. Maybe they've ghosted you or just non-communicative. And you're feeling lonely. You're feeling, like there's a rift that needs to be covered. But something here, we'll get a little deeper into it, but I'm already feeling like there's a huge shift that needs to happen in perspective around victimization and around, forgiving circumstances or a person that just is not cooperating or showing you the attention that you feel like you deserve and probably do. But, sometimes people come into our life for a season instead of a lifetime. And so we're going to take a look at what this could be. So we have present power. I always look at this kind of like the chariot energy. This is balancing your masculine and feminine sides. It's being able to see the middle road, not falling into one extreme or the other. So, for instance, one extreme could be victimization. The other one could be what's the word I want to use? So I'm seeing somebody who is so stubborn that they just, it's my way or the highway. So it's like the extreme of masculine or feminine, right? Masculine energy of power and control and dominance versus the feminine energy of victim. These are distortions, by the way. This is not divine masculine, divine feminine, which is what you're being asked to embody. But this is distortion. So distorted masculine is anger, control, power plays, authority, my way, right? Distorted feminine energy is poor me. I'm picked on. I'm weak. I can't defend myself. Nobody loves me. That's all distortion. And it's a 2. 2s are about choices. And I think what's happening for you is Spirit is saying you need to choose your perspective, right? Instead of being in the distortion of anger and resentment or the distortion of victimization and like pity or just feeling victimized, can you find the middle way? Can you kind of see both people's point of view? Can you understand that not everybody is able to control their behaviors or their emotions? And sometimes things happen or they do things. Can you see that person's inner self? Can you see the motivation? Have they been abused or have they been hurt or traumatized? Why are they in a distortion, which then triggers your distortion? So you're being asked to kind of balance into that divine masculine, which is, still having authority, having control, having clear thinking and the ability to make clear decisions. And then the divine feminine of being loving, empathic, nurturing, understanding, seeing things from the higher perspective. It feels like that's what you need to do. You need to go within yourself and look at your situation and how can you find peace within yourself and forgiveness, even if the person you're dealing with or the situation you're dealing with may not feel like they deserve it. Because forgiveness isn't about the other person. It's about our own inner peace. And that's what I'm seeing for you. Like you're struggling somehow to find that inner peace around something that feels like injustice. So we have, you are destined for greatness on the wings of love. See, love is the answer. Love is the answer. There's a song there. What is it? Love is the answer. Light of the world, shine on me. Love is the answer. So I'm feeling like for you guys, you need to take a look at how can you show up more loving in this situation. And if the other person is just an outright jerk, or the situation isn't somebody that, really needs for you to give them a free pass, you can have love with boundaries, right? I love everybody. I don't care if it's Jeffrey Dahmer. I have love for them. I have empathy for them, but I'm not going to eat at their table, especially Jeffrey Dahmer, right? I'm not going to invite them into my inner circle, and I'm not going to allow them the space in which they could get close enough to hurt me. So love everything, everyone, forgive, be open to see things from a more empathic view, but also take the masculine approach of having authority over your own space. So to clarify, the primary roles of love are not to heal, fix, or mend, not to soothe, cure, or ease, not even to refresh, rejuvenate, or restore. Hardly. The primary roles of love are to yahoo, yeehaw, and woo-hoo. Get your love on, the universe. So love is the answer. Whatever's going on in your life right now, forgiveness and love. And of course, you never want to put yourself in a situation where you can be harmed or people can victimize you. But you can have love and empathy even for the most rotten of situations or people and still protect yourself and be in that divine energy of taking the middle road, right? The balanced way. And that's something that has to be cultivated within before you can actually express it on the outside. So it looks like a big week for you. So let's take a look at your tarot. Oh, look at that. 4 of Wands, guys. Be grateful. You will have much to celebrate. Deep feelings of peace and happiness and a contented personal life. So there's something here. This could be, so if it's romantic, which it doesn't have to be, but if it is, whatever you've been fighting about, whatever you've been feeling lonely about, love is the answer. And it does look like there could be a kiss and makeup, because this for me is a reunion card. So if you have had a fight or a parting of ways with somebody or something, it could be a job, could be, usually when this card comes up, it's people. But it is seeing things differently. Be grateful, and you will have much to celebrate. Deep feelings of peace. And remember, we talked about how to cultivate that peace is by love, unconditional love. You can care without carrying. But this for you guys looks like you could actually have a reconciliation of some sort in the home, because the Four of Wands for me is like a marriage card. It could have to do with the home. Fours are foundational. So take it the way it resonates. I'm seeing two people here dancing like they just got married. So you might have had a falling out with your spouse. It might be time to see both points of view and try to find forgiveness and to go within and to kind of trust the situation. You're destined for greatness on the wings of love. So I want to read this again. To clarify, the primary roles of love are not to heal, fix, or mend, not to soothe, cure, or ease. So if you're trying to fix other people all the time, look up that song, and I won't be able to tell you who sings it, but you'll find it if you go on YouTube. It's called The Fixer. She's a fixer with no one to fix her. She's a lover with no one who loves. Da, 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 da. I don't remember the words, but sometimes we think that if we love somebody or something, that we have to actually be a fixer. And Spirit's, telling you, you don't have to fix anybody. You just love them through it, right? And if they're not treating you well, you can love them from over there. But try not to harbor resentment or anger or victimization, because when you do that, the only person that's not getting the yahoo, yeehaw, and woohoo is you, and you're not getting the present power, deep feelings of peace and happiness, and a contented personal life. So you're going to have to lean into this because, like I said, it's a general reading, and it's going to mean so many different things on different levels for different people. All right, up next we have the Six of Spring. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Okay, winner, winner. This is going to work out. Forgiveness and love is the answer. Just remember that. No matter what you're struggling with, it could be anything. It could be, a loved one who has addiction problems. It could be a narcissist that you're in love with. It could be anything. It could be a boss that you argue and fight with, and then the next day, they make it all up to you. It could be romantic. It could be the one that you love. But it says wonderful news is on its way. Smart choices that brings reward, success, and public recognition. So I do feel a lot of you will reconcile this one way or the other. No matter what it is, there's seems to be an opportunity if you lean into balancing out, forgiving, and lean into love, going within, seeing things from a more balanced point of view, then you have an opportunity for reconciliation and peace and happiness and wonderful, successful outcome. And then we have the Three of Cups, another union energy, guys, celebration. So news worth celebrating. You got two things now that says wonderful news. This one, Six of Spring. Wonderful news is on its way. Smart choices that brought reward, success, public recognition. This one says news worth celebrating. Announcements such as weddings, graduations, or births. Friends you cherish. Two celebratory cards here. Three, actually. And then you have blessed. See, it's all going to work out, but you got to choose love. You might be feeling lonely because somebody isn't talking to you. There might have been a misunderstanding, but love is the answer. All right. And this is going to turn out just fine. But I do believe that Spirit's giving you guidance saying that if you want this to turn out fine, then you have to learn to see things through the eyes of the healed, not the eyes of the wounded. Okay? And you've got Master number 22, and you got a 2 here. So this is all around choices of some sort. You could also look up 222 and see what the angel number 222 stands for. You could get possibly an extra message around that. All right, so your postcard, pile number 2, it's funny, you picked pile number 2, and you've got 222 for your numbers. And then, of course, you've got the 6, the 3, and the 4. So, dearest you, do you ever wonder whether your ideas and inspiration might be coming through your soul rather than generated from your mind alone? See, I do think you get stuck in your mind because this says over here, solitude. We hate to be alone, don't we? We are kind of a tribe species. But sometimes in those quiet moments alone, when we sink into the heart space instead of the mind, that monkey mind gets us a lot of trouble. So it says, we are here to tell you we are always whispering in your ear about your highest good. We are conduits for spirit, letting you know you are a living channel for this awesome co-creative energy. When you're feeling inspired, it means you heard us. Inspiration means spirit is breathing through you. Inspiration needs your human passion to keep it going so you can make a difference in the world. So keep moving on what inspires you. Let yourself be led into new experiences and know that this is why you are here on earth. Your purpose is to discover your spirited nature and to bring forth through your efforts whatever is meant to be. Wondrous miracles. You do have a lot of wondrous miracle energy here. Blessed, 4 of Wands, 6 of Wands, and the 3 of Cups. It seems like a celebration is imminent if you choose the high road, is what I'm hearing. Love is the answer. So keep moving on what inspires you. And this is Chariot energy. Okay. Keep moving. Let yourself be led into new experiences and know that this is why you're here on earth. Your purpose is to discover your spirited nature and to bring forth through your efforts whatever is meant to be. Wondrous miracles have a way of showing up when you let inspiration propel you forward. You are so, so loved. Okay? You are destined for greatness on the wings of love. So whatever this has to do with, do a little shadow work around forgiveness. It could be forgiving yourself. It could be forgiving someone else. It could be forgiving your parents or somebody that created trauma in your life. Or for some of you, I'm definitely seeing this could be a relationship where you had a falling out and you're being asked to see things from a different perspective, to go within and to listen to your inner guidance is the way to kind of reconcile this. And then there's a big celebration. So I love you. I hope this resonated. It's only for 7 days. So, if you don't feel like this resonated, you can pick another pile. But let me know if it resonated in the description box below. Okay, love you guys. And don't forget, tonight is the live. I'm going live at 8 p.m. Eastern time to do a collaboration. I'm going to do a channeled message, and Julene is going to help with the astrology. And we're going to do a candle service for forgiveness and release, guys. That's what full moons are all about, especially the full moon in Cancer. Okay, so just if you feel like that would help you, join us tonight at 8. If you'd like to book a personal private reading or join Patreon, those links are in the description box below. Okay, and I will catch you on the next upload. 4321. All right, pile number 3. You got this beautiful cupcake-looking clear quartz. I'm sure it has a real name, but that's what I name it. And look at the bottom. Isn't that cool? There's a little piece that broke off of it, and I just stuck it back in here. So you picked pile number 3. Let's see what's going on with you. Ooh, wisdom. Have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with a challenge. So if you're facing a challenge this week, Spirit's saying that you have already within you the knowledge and wisdom you need in order to problem solve it. Oh, trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. See, that's that wisdom, right? Wisdom, by the way, is like that inner voice. When you just know something or feel something or hear something, or, my inner voice talks to me all the time. And so trust that inner voice, trust your wisdom, trust the guidance that comes in for you this week. Oh, and we have 3. an event, commitment. So I'm going to put a disclaimer out there. A lot of times we're kind of guided not to sign any contracts during Mercury retrograde. So if there's a long-term committed contract that you need to sign, if you can delay it, you might want to ponder on it. But then I'm also getting the message around trust, that if your inner wisdom tells you it's the right thing to do it. So whether or not you sign on the dotted line, whatever it is, lean on your inner wisdom and trust to know whether or not this is a good time to do it, or if you should procrastinate and think about it for a little while. Basically, Spirit's saying you already have within you the answer to that. Trust your inner voice and trust your inner wisdom. You'll know whether or not you should sign on the dotted line, or if this is something you want to take time and mull over or research or just kind of ponder on. Then we have love is the reason. We have each person in your life is there for a reason, and that reason always has something to do with love, like me, the universe. So with commitment here too, this could also be about, being proposed to. It could be taking your love endeavor to the next level, moving in together, or buying a house together, or it does seem to have something to do with love, because it says each person's in your life is there for a reason. But it's funny because a lot of times threes get this. I should start picking number 3. Pile number 1s are always challenging because I don't know why I always pick number 1, but I do. But so pile number 3s usually got their shit together in a lot of my readings. They are the highly intuitive group that just kind of know. It's like you come here to get advice, but really you're my spiritual pile, right? 3s are a very spiritual number. It's the number of the Trinity. It's a number of expansion. It's mother, father, child. It's Father, Son, Holy Ghost, Mother, Maiden, Crone. It's, the Trinity. Mind, body, spirit. It's a very whole number. And so you've also got a 3 here, which is pretty funny because the numbers seem to be synced today. So there's some kind of a commitment that might present itself in the next 7 days for you guys, or until next Monday. And it could have something to do with someone you love. And so that person is there for a reason. You need to trust your inner voice and trust your inner wisdom. Sometimes they're in our life for a good reason. Well, it's always a good reason, but sometimes it's a hard lesson. So you need to really kind of look at, if somebody proposed to you, maybe you've been wanting to be married for a long time, and now you've met somebody and they want to marry you, but there's red flags all over the place. Spirit's saying you might want to trust your inner wisdom and before you commit to something, kind of look at why that person is in your life, and is it a lesson that you can learn without the long-term commitment, or is it something that you feel you need to be on board with? It's like you already know the answer, but it does seem to have, and I'm seeing a man, so I mean, for some of you, it could be a man wanting to commit to you. And this could be a beautiful thing, trust your inner wisdom, but also trust if it doesn't feel right, then take time to reflect and don't feel like you have to rush into anything. Okay. So next we have Prince of Spring, Prince of Wands, guys. That's the Knight of Wands. So it says immediate action, a challenge you can successfully manage, a passionate relationship. So this could very well be an offer of some sort that comes in out of the blue, an offer of commitment, or an offer of marriage, or an offer of a leveling up. But also remember that Knight of Wands can sometimes have player energy. What I'm feeling here is you already know. Like, you don't even need me to channel for you. You already know the answer. You're just looking for validation. So each person in your life is there for a reason. And that reason always has something to do with love, whether it's teaching you self-love with healthy boundaries, or if it's bringing you someone long-term committed that is passionate and loving and meant to be in your life. So take your wisdom and trust and inner reflection to make this decision, because it does look like somebody's signing on the dotted line, just saying. All right, next we have Princess of Winter. Ooh. Page of Swords. Inquisitive, truthful, realistic, undiplomatic. I wouldn't say that. Information that can help you, but which may also be difficult to hear. Speaking the truth with kindness, an indigo child or adult. So they channeled a whole different energy around the Page of Swords that I get. The Page of Swords for me is a student. Very inquisitive. I mean, they do say inquisitive, truthful, realistic, undiplomatic. But so undiplomatic, I guess, would be somebody that doesn't compromise, maybe. But I look at the page as that's my spiritual student, right? That's somebody that is curious. It can be somebody who's watching you or keeping eyes on you. But what I'm feeling for you guys is there's a lesson here around this commitment. And for some of you, it's a really high vibrational commitment that is a lesson reinforcing that love is what you deserve and what you're getting. And for others of you, you might need to lean into this lesson about who you trust to make commitments with and what are their motives. Because the Knight of Wands can be a player, but not always. I mean, every card has a light attribute and a shadow attribute. And I'm not reading reversals today. So I just think you need to really lean on your inner wisdom, trust what you know. If you're being asked to sign any kind of a legal contract, if it's not a personal relationship, if this has to do with buying a home or purchasing a car or, signing on the dotted line for something that you have to commit to, once your signature's on it, there's no going back. Do your research, because the Page of Swords is a researcher. He's the student. He's inquisitive. He wants to know everything he can know about the situation. And where it says speaking the truth with kindness, sometimes, you might go to a used car dealership and they might tell you, or even a new car dealership. And, that dealer is there to make money. They're there to convince you to buy. And same with any salesperson. And so you want to really kind of trust your inner niggle on whether or not you can trust that person. And you want to gain the wisdom that you need by doing your research. And then you can be undiplomatic with your response, which is a firm response, yes or no. It's your choice, but you have to be firm in it and speak your truth with kindness. So, like I said, this could go either way. We're going to see what the rest of the cards say. We have the 8 of Autumn, which is the 8 of Pentacles. And again, you have do more research before proceeding. Education in the form of seminars, going back to school, apprenticeships, excellent craftsmanship, and long-term projects, hard work. I added hard work because 8 of Pentacles is hard work. So if you're trying to purchase something, or maybe you're getting married and you're thinking about a prenup, or your person's asking you to sign a prenup, anything. I could sit here all day long and come up with storylines, but it's a general reading. So you pretty much know if you have to sign a contract. And so you're being asked to do more research, information that can help. Do your due diligence is what I'm hearing. And if this is around romance, make sure you know everything that you can about a person before committing long-term to moving in or getting married or whatever. Just kind of look for the answers and trust that everybody, whether they're a good person or a bad person, they're still in your life to teach you love, because love is everything, right? It's what we're made of. It's the very stardust by which we are made of. So your last, new life. So you could possibly be, buying a home or this is big. It's bigger than a car, I feel. It's number 12 breaks down to a 3. So again, you got 3, 3, and you pick pile number 3. You might want to look up 333, and especially if you see it often. But I do feel this comes with caution. It says do more research before proceeding. Information that can help you, but which may also be difficult to hear. Wisdom. Have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon that wisdom to help you with a challenge. Challenge. I accept my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Trust. What are you feeling? If you're feeling trepidation, is that a word? Is that a word? I don't know. That's what I heard in my head. I'm hearing trepidation. If you're feeling trepidation, look that up because I don't have any idea what that means. But if you're feeling caution, like if you're seeing red flags, trust those. And if you're not, if everything looks like green, 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 go, 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 then trust that too. It's basically saying if you do your due diligence, you will know how to show up in this challenge and whether or not you want to commit to it. And with this immediate action, this could be somebody who's trying to force you to sign something before you have a chance to research it. So make sure that you don't fall for that, right? Allow yourself, tell whoever it is, because a lot of times if you're trying to buy a home or something, they'll be like, oh, there's other people that have put in a bid. If you don't act now, you may not get it. Well, it's Mercury retrograde, dude. You just might want to take that chance. Or maybe your inner wisdom is telling you, don't wait to take the leap. You do have a new life here. This is going to be a big change, whatever you decide. So let me show you your postcard from Spirit. It says, dearest you have a unique purpose and destiny that only you can fulfill. But first, you need to know that destiny isn't a destination. You don't arrive at some special place where, poof, you're perfect and happy all the time. It's about establishing and firming up a commitment. There's that word again. I'm going to hold it up so you guys can screenshot it. Yeah, there's something here. It's about establishing and firming up a commitment to a certain experience, whatever form that takes. Your soul knows what you need to experience. Your destiny is to be present to all of life's adventures, to discover your talents and full potential through allowing inspiration, that's the Prince of Spring, to lead you, and to risk standing apart from the crowd to listen to your soul. You are special as much as you are also paradoxically one with the world, individual, yet a part of a greater whole. Both truths have led you to this moment where we are saying you are on the right track, even if your ego self doesn't see that. Listen to your soul. Trust, right? Listen to your soul. Check in with Spirit. Keep going. So you have an opportunity here through this commitment for some kind of new life. And I think Spirit is saying that this, for some of you, this has been a lesson in love. If this is around a relationship, but I'm not here to tell you yes or no. And Spirit's not either. They're literally saying check in with Spirit and to know that there is a duality here. Both truths have led you to this moment where we're saying you are on the right track, even if your ego self doesn't see that. Listen to your soul. You will know. Some of you guys are being guided to say no, and some of you are being guided to say yes. Your inner knowing is the most important thing you have, according to Spirit, in this choice. And it could have something to do around schooling, money, buying a home, investments, long-term relationship. But it does seem to be something that you're investing in order to create a new life for yourself. And so Spirit's just really wanting you to trust your intuition. If you feel like it's the right thing to do, go for it. If you feel like there's a lot of red flags, don't let your mind decide. Let your intuition decide. Trust your spiritual nature, your wisdom. Okay? All right. I love you guys. I hope this helps. And hey, if it resonates, let me know in the description box below. If it didn't resonate, you're free to pick another pile or go check out my playlist where I have lots of pick-up piles. And if you'd like to book your own personal private reading or join Patreon, the links are in the description box below. And tonight we are going live. And we're doing a collaboration with Julene from Joe Soul Star Astrology, I think is what it's called. I will link it. Actually, I think she might already be linked in the description box. I don't know if I deleted that yet, but I will get her contact information and link it underneath tonight's live. Okay. It may not be underneath this one, but if you can't catch the live, just go and check it out tomorrow. There will be a replay and all the stuff you need to contact her if you want your natal chart done or any kind of chart done by Julene. Her contact information will be linked under tonight's live. Okay, so I love you guys, and I will see you on the next upload. Namaste.